Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Sunday, the 22nd of January 2023. In today's Millwall news, we've got another post-match comment from Gary Rowett. Then we're going to move into the stats from yesterday's game. So this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Tom Bradshaw earns praise from Millwall chief for slogging on despite a lack of striker backup. Gary Rowett praised Tom Bradshaw after his goal sealed Mill's first ever victory at Cardiff City Stadium and the first win in the Welsh capital since February 2005. Yes, I told you that yesterday and I mentioned that in the preview as well. Long time since we won in Cardiff. Long time. Not only in terms of date, but 10 games. We travelled all the way to Cardiff 10 times over the many years between 2005 and 2022, and we did not win. But yesterday we did. And that's the kind of things that stand out. When you can do things like that, okay, that's interesting. So does this mean something for the rest of the season? Maybe, maybe not, but it is definitely something worth considering. The striker, who has been capped by Wales, scored his 7th goal of the season to ensure the Lions remain right in the Championship player picture. Bradshaw is also the Lions' only recognised striker, following the departures of Isaac Lopi and Ben Kafabi this month. He's brilliant, He's brilliant, Bradders, said Rowett. I've spoken about it where we need to strengthen in those attacking areas. The likes of Bradders have just to keep going and going and going at sort of like 80%. Because you've not got that little bit of spark, but he runs and he runs and he runs. And it was a typical goal from us. I think it's Kipper who just delayed on the ball. And someone like Bradders, you can't do that. He never stops. He's always chasing everything down. Just getting a little toe on it to score that goal was fantastic. Rowett's men had chances to extend their lead in the second half. One notable chance was Jamie Shackleton's effort that Ryan also kept out following the Lions' counter. The Lions boss was impressed with his size battle performance at the back to seal all 3 points on the road for the 4th time this season. We could have had one second half. We really should have put the game to bed in that breakaway. But as it was, we just had to sit and defend for our lives. And we just about managed to do that. Indeed. So, now we don't have a game next Saturday. The Burnley game has been postponed because they are involved in the FA Cup 4th round, and we are not. So our next game is in Saturday week, Sunderland at home, 4th of February. We don't even have an under 21 game this week, so that next under 21 game is on 30th, Monday the 30th of January. That's Charlton away at Prince's Park, Dartford FC. So I wonder if the players have a couple of days off. Why not? They probably deserve it after that result. Maybe. I mean, get away from this shit freezing weather. Fly off to the sun somewhere. Marrakesh, Casablanca, Algarve, somewhere. Dubai. Meet up with Bennett. I don't know. But yeah, get some sun in you. Get away from this freezing cold weather. But maybe not. Maybe they're just going to be hard at it at the training ground. Who knows? But we shall see. Now, more post-match comments from yesterday's game. And now we look at the stats from yesterday's game. Let's start off with infogoal.net. As you can see in the middle above the red FT, the XG they give here is 1.42 to Cardiff and 1.10 to Millwall. That means they had more chances or better chances than us. That's what that means. So, here are the match events. You got Bradshaw getting a card, which was a weird one. Cooper as well. Was that really justified? I'm not too sure. Didn't sound like it. And then you've got them getting some cards, and then we start getting to the substitutes. 63, we make our first one. Then they have a couple, and then we frantically bringing people on to try and bring fresh legs on, and each time we're kind of changing the formation a little bit. Gary Rowett said he had 3 formation changes. Yeah, and it did work. It was well played by Gary Rowett. Well played. So let's get into the shot map. See how many shots they had and we had. So you can see here they peppered our. This is Cardiff shots. You can see they peppered our goal, or should I say they peppered around and over and beside our goal. A lot of their shots were not on target. Their best chance here was Keon Tete, 15 minutes. That was a 1 in 3 chance, 33%. The second best chance was again Keon Tete. Player we did try to sign on loan, so I don't know if he was extra motivated to try and do something against us to prove that he made the right decision, but look at the table, Mr. Etete. Look at the table. Look at our squad and look at Cardiff's squad. We're probably in desperate need of a striker like yourself right in a minute. Maybe you could contact Tottenham and get them to cancel your loan and then your water. But and here we are. Again, we're taking crazy long pot shots as well from all the way back here. So that's Simon Fleming. They're so small I can't even click on them. That was McNamara. That was Saville. That was Bennett on 6. And that was Simon Fleming again. The goal, that one there, 26 minutes, that was 10%. That was the only shot from inside the 6-yard box, by the way. But actually our best chance was this one here. That was Shackleton. Yeah, with a lovely bit of skill by I don't know if you've seen the highlights by now. Zion Fleming powering down the right hand side, having to wrestle off the geezer on his arm. Manages to do that, and he realizes, probably understands that he's not going to let me shoot. And he's probably just going to kick the ball away, or maybe he could have fouled him and got a penalty. I don't know. But then he does that, and he does a little back heel across into the area, and Shackleton's there, and just kind of kicks it, and the keeper saves it. It's a fairness rating. Was that a fair result based on the chances created? 62.53 out of 100. So they're saying that wasn't really a fair result. They're probably saying that could have and should have been a draw, which when you look at the chances, maybe it should have been, but Cardiff's forwards were a bit too rash, a bit too, as soon as they had half a chance on goal, they could see the corner of the goal, they were shooting at it, and they weren't good enough to put it into the corner. It went up over. So let's have a look at this first half. There you can go. These are Cardiff's shots in the first half. Anyhow, Millwall's shots in the first half. So we were trying to get inside the area, mostly around the penalty spot there. It looks like. I wonder who was doing that. So that's Bradshaw, that's Fleming, Honeyman, and Bradshaw again. Okay. So again, trying to take our shots from in front of the goal, which is how we do it these days. Moving on to the second half. So look, that's a lot. You can see, look, I don't know, they all seem to be in the same pattern there. If you like triangular pattern on that side. So they were trying to come down the left and cut inside. Down the left and cut inside. I did see a couple like that. Robinson. I think Robinson was probably one of their better players, but for all the chances you create, I don't think many of them were on target. So here's Millwall's chances in the second half. The 3 inside the area, 3 outside the area. Okay. Now let's move on to whoscored.com, and you can see on the top right hand side, highest rated players, top 5. Jake Cooper 8.1, George Saville 7.8. And then we've got the 2 Two Cardiff players, Keon Tete and Mark McGuinness. Mark McGuinness was playing in League One last week for Sheffield Wednesday. He was on loan there, and they brought him back, and seems to be their standout player. And you think, well, why was he on loan there then? But Keon Tete, most shots 8, Callum Robinson 6, and you got Fleming and Bradshaw 4 each. So for all the shots that they had, they didn't get a goal, did they? And that's, what is that? That's 14 shots just between two players. Just between those two players, 14 shots, and they did not score. Most tackles, George Saville there, 5. Not bad. And the most dribbles, Shea Ojo. So, there's the match summary in the middle. Millwall create a high number of chances relative to their possession. We stole the ball often from the opposition. We're effective at creating goal scoring opportunities from through balls, from the flanks, and from counter attacks. Weaknesses: we were aggressive, we lost possession often, and we were caught offside. We had a high shot frequency when in possession and favoured long balls, favoured through balls. Yes, indeed. So here we go. Here are the attempts. Cardiff from the left-hand side in the orange colour, Millwall on right in the blue. 22 to 15 attempts on goal, 16 to 10 in open play, 5 to 4 set piece, and 1 counter attack each. They had 22, didn't get a goal. We had 15, did get a goal. That's 6% conversion rate, which is on the low end this season, but it's kind of how we were going kind of last season. But for an away game, that's bog standard for us. So you can see they were pretty even all over the shop. That's they were left, middle, and right. They were even Stevens all across. We were going down the left-hand side a little bit more. That probably would have been what Mason Bennett. Shot directions, shot zones, action zones. So quite a lot in Mill's third of the pitch. Player positions. Classic. You can see them Mill's classic 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1. And you can see here Cardiff, what is that? 4-3-2-1. And their keeper is playing a lot further out than ours. Their keeper's basically playing his average position on the edge of the penalty area. Weird. Okay. So, well, you know what that might be though, because he did come up at the end, didn't he? So that would have yanked him across for about 10 minutes. He was for I don't know, for a couple of minutes he would have been up in as playing as a striker. So that might have skewed it. That might be that. So let's get into it. Let's get into what happened. So a crowd of 18,838, and the loudest fans were the Mill fans. That definitely helped help the players yesterday. So well done everyone who went there and were loud. So if you look at the top left, top right, by the club badges, you can see 6.58 average player rating for Cardiff, 6.96 for Mill. Yeah, that's just a slight difference, slight bit better. Now, in terms of Starman, Cooper 8.1. If you're looking at the Mill team of the starting 11, all of them are above 7 except for one, Mason Bennett 6.5, and he was the first one to get yanked off, wasn't he? So that was a correct substitution there from Gary Rowett. I don't know if he was looking at his iPad and his analytics, and he just figured, okay, well, we'll get Mason off. And in terms of Cardiff, you got Etete, Robinson, that was just because of how many chances they had. So they were doing a lot, it just wasn't good enough. And you got McGuinness 7.7, pretty decent for him to come back on loan. And Perry NG 7. So let's see who did what. So total shots 22 to 15. And here we go. So all of the front four they had multiple shots, which is good to see. But interestingly, Hutch Cooper not getting a shot away. So possession wise, 59 to 40. We didn't have a lot of the ball, which is normal for us. But you can see, so Cardiff defenders getting on the ball most of the game. Kipri, McGuinness, and G, basically 8% of match time just for each of those. Pass success percentage 77 to 64. So we had 40% possession and passing was 64%. Bradshaw 17. Fleming though up there 81. Billy Mitchell 83. It's normally Billy Mitchell up and away on his own in the 80s there with his accuracy, but he's on 83 there. And Fleming's just behind him on 81. We'll have to see how many passes that they actually had to see who's more impressive there. But Saville 78, Honeyman 74. George Long down in the 23s. Dribbles 9 to 7. Aerials 1, 34 to 25. So we lost the aerial battle. There you go. McGuinness 14. Not bad, not bad for a young man coming back on loan. But look at Millwall. Everyone won an aerial. Everyone, well except for Long. But everyone was involved in winning aerial. It's just they had a couple of players. They had two players who won a lot. Tete and McGuinness. Tackles 14 to 17. As we saw, Saville with the most, 5, and then Honeyman, then Hutch, and then Styles. Interesting. So Styles at left back, what do we think? An interesting one. I'm sure he was just standing in for Murray Wallace. Did alright because it was against Cardiff, but certainly when we play Sunderland in a couple of weeks, you certainly probably don't want Styles playing at left back against them, and definitely not next month against Sheffield United or Burnley or Luton or any of the harder teams that we're going to play. No offence. Corners 7 to 4. Dispossessed 11 to 10. So having the ball taken off with your feet. Interesting. Okay. So now we get into the players' stats. So as we've seen, Cardiff City had a lot of shots. Was it 22, wasn't it? So they had 22 shots. They had 4 shots on target. 4 shots on target from 22. Ouch, that is just so bad. And only 2 of those players had him on target. That was Etete and Robinson. But 8 shots, 3 on target. 6 shots, 1 on target. Like, you've got to do better than that if you're going to win a game against a team at the top of the table, my friend. You know what I'm saying? So Millwall's, what was it, 15, wasn't it? And so we got 15 shots. These are the players who had them. Who was on target? 4 players were on target. Shackleton 1 and 1, Saville 1 and 1, and then Bradshaw and Fleming were both 50%, 4 and 2. 4 shots, 2 on target. That's it, isn't it? That is it. So who had the most touches? Billy Mitchell, Zion Fleming, Saville, Styles. Pretty even there. Till you get all the way down to Jules Young, and Bradshaw drops off. But he was one of the players to be subbed off. Although actually, Honeyman was as well, and he's on 49, so he's still up there. The ratings though, let's have a look. So we got one player in 8.13 for Jake Cooper with the assist. Amazing dribbling run going forward. And the vision to pass it through, to play a through ball to the edge of the 6-yard box for Tom Bradshaw to run onto. But great vision from Jay Cooper there. Absolutely brilliant. And the weight of the pass as well. Very good from Jake Cooper. Very, very good. Yeah, really impressed. Then we've got basically, what have we got? Like I said, every other player was a 7 except for Mason Bennett in the starting lineup, and the subs when they come on, well, didn't do enough to overtake their replacements in terms of ratings. Although Ryan Leonard was very close to getting as good a score as Mason Bennett, and I've said this before, why is that important? So Mason Bennett had 62 minutes on the pitch, he got a rating of 6.53. Ryan Leonard came on in the 62nd minute, so he's had, was that 30 minutes on the pitch, and he's got a rating of 6.43. So in half the time that Mason Bennett was on the pitch, Ryan Leonard has got a score that's nearly as good as Mason Bennett's. So there you go. George Long 7.38 there. So George Long number 5 in the ratings for all players. Okay. Offensive wise, we've just seen that. Who was offside though? We mentioned that we were offside often. 5 times. Tom Bradshaw 2 times. Okay, unscheduled touches, poor ball control. Yeah, okay. Defensively, as we've seen, is it Saville had the most tackles, and then Honeyman, then Hutch, and then Styles. We only had 6 players to have tackles. Like I said, we didn't really tackle them because they were dribbling through, and as soon as they get half a yard, they were just shooting high and wide. Interceptions, quite a few of them. That is a lot of interceptions. So I think that's where they're trying to. Interception means when one player passes to another, gets intercepted, which is how we scored. Because one of their players was trying to pass to another one, and Jake Cooper got the ball, and then he runs forward with it. So look at all these interceptions, and this, I assume this is the pressing game or just the way we shape up. But this is insane. How many? This is incredible. How many is that total? What's that? So we've got 9 there, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 18, 22 interceptions. Holy shit, that is a lot. That is a lot. So you can see how hard they ball working. Clearances, again, that's a lot of clearances. A lot more than normal. Cooper 4, Leonard 4. Wow. Like I said, he came on in the 62nd minute, and he's number 2 for clearances. Damn. Block shots. Well, we didn't have. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 block shots, but their shots were just going high and wide. They had 22 shots. So we blocked 8 of them that weren't going off and out of the touchline. So we blocked 8 of them. They had, 3 on target. So half of their shots were high and wide and half weren't. And we blocked most of them. The Cooper, again, 3. So he had an amazing dribble and an assist, and he still blocked 3 of the shots. 2 for Sean Hutchinson. again, Ryan Leonard. So there you go. Passing wise, so who had the most passes? Billy Mitchell, 48. Where's Zion Fleming? So Zion Fleming's on 31. So Billy Mitchell's on 48 with 3.3 accuracy. And Zion Fleming's 31, 80.7. Again, we've got to give the crown to Billy Mitchell for his passing accuracy. And you would say second best is probably George Saville, 37, 78.4. Not bad. So crosses and accurate crosses. George Hyman, quite a few crosses. So he's obviously getting involved. In 78 minutes on the pitch, he was in the other full 90 minutes. 9 and 3. Callum Styles 2 and 1. McNamara 1 and 0. Mason Bennett 1 and 1. And Tom Bradshaw 1 and 1. So long balls and accurate long balls. So George Long 29 and 5. Hutch 11 and 4. McNamara 10 and 0. Styles 6 and 0. Saville 5 and 2. Jacob 1 and 2. Billy Mitchell 3 and 2. So mixed bag there in terms of the long balls. But like I said, what was it? Mark McGuinness with winning a lot of the aerial duels. You're gonna get that, aren't you? So yeah, that is it. That is the story of yesterday's game in statistics. Pretty interesting to see. Yeah, standout game for Jake Cooper. I mean, you go on the official website, they have a thing now voting for your man in the match. I did vote for Jake Cooper before I saw this, just because the setting up of the goal and the defensive, like he made a vital interceptions and stuff like that. But yeah, it seems to be borne out in the stats. Jake Cooper, man of the match. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.